Okay, so today your objective is uh, to apply the segment and angle addition postulate. That's what we did yesterday on the notes. If you weren't here, okay, a copy of the blank notes and the filled out notes is in the same folder in the blue bin, okay? Is everyone looking up here, not at your phone, no headphones in our ears, all that good stuff, okay? So, again, if you need notes from yesterday, they're in the blue bin, filled out. They're also in the black folder. They're on the Google Classroom, and the video's on the Google Classroom, okay? All right, okay, go away, go away, go away. All right, so announcements. We are going to do a quiz today on constructions. Okay, that assignment from Monday where you were doing the constructions, you should be able to do 4 things: copy a segment, bisect a segment, copy an angle, bisect an angle. So you'll have time after the warm-up a little bit to go over that if you need to. It will be open notes, so you can use your notes with the instructions how to do it. That's what I said. It's on the board. Quiz today. Okay, the last 20 minutes of class. So again, it'll be incumbent upon you, meaning it's on you to make sure you understand that during that time, right? We've been going over it, and you have some time today. Now, yesterday, at the end of the day, I had 29 calculators. What a weird number, okay? I should have 30. So if you accidentally took one home, or you took one home thinking you can just bring it back, please don't do that. Leave them here. If you have it, I need it back, just saying, okay? Now, let's do these warm-ups. These are just 2 examples that are like something we did yesterday on the notes, okay? So nothing new if you were here yesterday. If you weren't here yesterday, please pay attention because I'm explaining how to do something you need to know how to do, okay? On number 1, what do you call these 2 angles that make a straight line? Anyone remember? Okay, they are linear, so they're called a linear pair. Cool? Linear pair. Now, how many degrees is a straight line? 180. So this is one of those part plus the part equals the whole situation. We know the left part. We know the right part. The whole thing is not labeled, but you got to know straight line means 180. Okay? I'm telling you, if you see something like this, you're going to add them up equal to 180. Okay? That's not every problem, but this type of problem is when you're going to do that. Okay? So let's set that up. The part on the left, 3x plus 20, plus the part on the right, 5x minus 60, equals the whole thing, straight line, 180. Okay. Half of the issue with these problems is setting it up. So do you see how I did that? Part plus part equals the whole. Now, we need to solve this. This was from yesterday's warm-up. If you have 2 x's, either you get rid of one or you combine them, depending on where they're at. So on this problem, both x's are on the same side. Do I combine them or do I get rid of one? What do you think? Combine them. So if it's same side, combine like terms. Same side, combine. So the 3x and the 5x are like terms. What does that make when I combine them? 8x. Okay. Also on the same side is 2 numbers that can combine, 20 and minus 60. What's 20 minus 60? If you're not sure, okay, your calculator is your guide. You could press new document, don't save, add a calculator, and you could do 20 minus 60 on your calculator, just saying. Don't put 20 negative 60, that'll multiply it, okay? But 20 minus 60, it is minus 40, okay? Now, this is a 2-step problem. We did this like a ton of times yesterday. You got to know when there's a 2-step problem, your 2 steps are to get rid of the loaner and then divide. What's the loaner on the side with x? The minus 40. What's the opposite? What are we going to do? Add 40. The opposite of that minus 40 is plus sign 40, right? And I do it on both sides. Cancel that out. Now, bring down 8x, and 180 plus 40 is 220. My last step when I do these is to get rid of that 8, that coefficient. And remember, that's being multiplied, so I must divide by 8, divide by 8. I don't expect you to mentally do 220 divided by 8 when you got such a cool little tool in your hand. 220 divided by 8 gives me a fraction, and if I want the decimal, I press Control Enter. 27.5. Fraction's okay, but decimal for that one. Okay, everyone have number 1 down. Now, number 2, what if it's segments? Okay, now y'all see I have 2 parts of a segment. B is somewhere between, not exactly in the middle, but so I know I have AB and I have BC in the picture, right? So that's a part, but I don't have the whole thing in the picture, but when I read the problem, usually it tells me something. So it says AC, which is the whole way across, right? AC is 7x plus 21, right? So if I do this part plus this part, it's going to equal the whole thing. So let's write our equation. What should I write for my equation? Okay, 3x plus 52 is one part, plus the other part you said is 15, equals, and the whole thing is 7x plus 21. Part plus part equals whole. That's the big idea from yesterday. It's always going to be that case when you see something like this. You want to think, is it part plus part equals whole? Now, don't draw this, but the only time the only time we didn't do part plus part equals whole was when we had these vertical angles. Those, you just set them equal, okay? But for today, for this warm up, I don't see vertical angles. I'm doing part plus part equals whole. So let's do this. Before I think about the x's, could I combine any like terms? I see on the left side, I have 2 numbers I can combine, right? Does everyone see that 52 and the 15, regular old numbers on the same side? Combine them. 52 plus 15 is 67. Let's bring down 3x plus equals 7x plus 21. So I first combined like terms, brought everything down. Now, think about this. X is on both sides. Okay? When it's on both sides, am I combining them or getting rid of one? Okay. You get rid of one. Okay? So same side is when you combine them, but if they're on different sides, you got to get rid of the smaller x. That's my suggestion. The smaller x is a positive 3x. How do I get rid of a positive 3x? Subtract that thing out of here and out of here. Okay? Cancels out. Bring down 67 equals 7 minus 3 is 4x. Now, on the right-hand side, I have a 2-step problem. I got to get rid of my loaner again. What's the loaner on the right side? 21. It's positive, so I'm going to subtract 21. 67 minus 21 is 50. That's not right. 46. Last step. If I have a coefficient, I divide. Divide by 4. Divide by 4. Now, 46 divided by 4, I'm going to let my calculator do the work for me, is a fraction that I need to press Control Enter, and I get 11.5. Okay, so the assignment from yesterday had some stuff like this. You want to make sure you get that done. Now, I'm going to give you all about 15 minutes. If you haven't finished the construction assignment, you want to get that done first. That was on Monday, the construction assignment, right? Because that stuff is on today's quiz. You have the notes from last Thursday, Friday. I have extra copies of it if you need it. You got to know how to copy those 4 things or construct those 4 things. For the 15 minutes, you're going to show me you can do it. It is open notes, so you want to make sure you have your notes and you know what you're doing, okay? But you want to finish the construction assignment first, and then you can work on yesterday's angle and segment addition assignment second, okay? That's what we're doing.